Today, you will learn how to animate or edit motion graphics using only Photoshop. Okay, so to edit motion graphics in Photoshop, I have this artwork which I created a while ago, and I'll leave a link to the video down in the description. And for the purpose of this video, I've added an image of an aeroplane and also an image of a fish. And the things I'm going to animate in this video are four, which will be the aeroplane, the fish, and these two clouds, 1 and 2. Now to do the motion graphics, let's change all the things we'll be moving into a smart object. So the fish is already a smart object, so this cloud is not. So right click it and then click convert to smart object. Let's change cloud 2 as well. Convert to smart object, and also the plane. So let's right click and convert to a smart object. Let's double click on the name and change it to aircraft. So to do the motion graphics, it's very easy. Just come up to window and then come down to timeline and click on it. Now click on create video timeline. And then let's zoom the artwork out so that we can see everything we are doing. So come to your tools and select the zoom tool and then zoom it out. Okay, so this size looks okay. Now come to your timeline and click on the fish. And then click on this small arrow here to open up the options. Now click on transform and then you realize this small yellow dot will appear. This small yellow dot is called a keyframe. So we are going to create a keyframe for each of the images that we'll be adding motion graphics to. So come down and then create a keyframe for the first cloud as well. So let's open up the options and then click transform. Very good. Let's do that for the second cloud as well. And then finally, let's do that for the aircraft. Nice. Now we are going to do the transformation. To make them start moving, hold the timeline and then drag it to the end of the video. So this is the end of our video. Now after that, we are going to move the images the way we want it to move in the video. So come to your tools and then select the move tool. Now come to your layers and then select the first layer we are going to move. So the first one we are going to move will be the fish. So select the fish and then move it the way you want it to move in the video. So this is how I want the fish to move up to the end. Now let's move the first cloud as well. So I don't want the first cloud to move too much. So we are going to just move it a little bit to the right. So this is okay for the first cloud. Let's select cloud 2 as well. That one too, we will not move it too much, just a little bit. So this is okay for cloud 2. And then finally, let's move the aircraft. So select the aircraft and then for the aircraft as well, I'm going to move it to this place. Okay, very good. Now to see the motion graphics you've created, just click on the space bar on your keyboard and you see your video begins to animate very nicely. Now to export your video, just come up to File, down to Export, and then down to Render Video. Now you can change the name to whatever you want. So I'm going to make it Giant Ape Animation. And then make sure the preset is high quality. And then click on Select Folder to choose where you want your animation to be exported to. And then click Select Folder. And then you can leave the remaining settings here just as they are, and then you can click render. Now after exporting, you find your video where you exported it to. So let's watch if the animation actually worked. And there you have it, your animation beautifully created with Photoshop. And if you want to close the timeline, just come to this hamburger icon, click on it and then click on close. Now let's zoom in. Now even after closing the timeline, when you click on the space bar, your video is still going to animate just as you did in the timeline. Very good. Now you can click here to check out how to create this beautiful artwork in Photoshop. If you learned something today, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more awesome tutorials. Never stop creating, and I'll see you in my next video.